Welcome to today's coffee talk where we're going to dive into in-person sales and how to do it at a distance. Cheers.
Woo! All right.
Are you going to have a signature woo at the end of everything we do?
Totally. So we get a lot of questions, especially from our photography students, about when they're gearing up to do in-person sales and then they hit this roadblock. And the roadblock is what happens when people are at a distance. And here's the deal. When you become specialized in your photography niche and people start hearing about you, you're going to start realizing that people are going to travel a distance to get pictures from you. So I've had people actually come 3 hours. Last year I had people fly in to get pictures with me. And so it's a huge honor. I know it is. It's a huge honor. You're going, really? Like people would do that? But then you've got this problem of what do I do about the in-person sales? Anna, have you had people like drive in, fly in?
Yes.
Have you had this?
Yeah. So for me, I live near the beach. So we actually have a lot of vacationers that find me because I'm so well search engine optimized.
Exactly.
Beach photography. So I get a lot of people who are traveling for the week or whose kids are up just for a certain span of time. They're all vacationing at a house. And so they want the pictures, but then they won't be here the next week for a reveal night.
Yeah. So if you're running into this problem like our photography students are running into because they know how to do search engine optimization and because they're highly specialized now, then we have a solution for you. We have a solution for you. And here it is. You can still do in-person sales at a distance. What's the temptation though? What's the temptation for everybody when it comes to long distance?
All right, so let's first talk about what you would consider long distance, I think. Okay?
Great.
Because I have clients who are from an hour away, 45 minutes away, half hour away. So you could be tempted to say, I'm not going to drive the distance to do this in-person sales. We're going to do an online gallery. We're going to do it the old way, or we're going to shoot and burn, whatever. We're going to do it that way because they're too far for a reveal. So for me, a reveal for me is worth it. An in-person reveal for me is worth it. Worth driving up to an hour. Okay. How far will you go, Jamie?
Yeah, I would go 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Maybe I wouldn't go an hour. Yeah, I'd go an hour.
I've gone an hour before.
I have gone an hour.
Definitely worth it. Yeah.
Because it's like one side of, when I was in San Antonio, it was from one side of San Antonio to the other. So yeah, I have gone an hour. 3 hours. And
I think you should have a predetermined length of time that you will go. You know, so that way you can say, oh, you're over in 45 minutes or you're over 30 minutes from me, so we're going to do an online reveal, and this is how it works. And you'll have this plan already in place for it when it happens.
Yeah, definitely. And so one of the differences, big differences that I've done when I have people traveling to me for traveling a couple hours is that I make sure to bring my products with me to the shoot. Because you're going to sell what you show. We talk all about this and we go through this with our photography students, but then you run into, if you're not going to their house to do the in-person sale, you can't bring all the stuff, or if they're not coming to your house or meeting you, whatever. And so at the shoot, I make sure to bring I don't bring a ton of stuff, but I bring my albums and I bring my canvases. And so that they can touch and feel and know what they're looking at when they look at my price sheet. They know what a canvas actually feels like. They know what an album, how quality my albums are versus the albums they're used to seeing.
Yes. So you can absolutely show it to them over a Skype or a Google Hangout, but having them touch and feel it in person definitely kind of gives them that wow factor. It also will like preemptively have them think of what they want.
Yes.
You know, like once you put it in their hands, they've got time now to say like, that's what I want on my wall. And they're ready for it then during your reveal.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then they can also see different sizes. So if you have different sizes of canvases like I do to show them, you can say, 16 by 20, you may think it's big, but look at this 20 by 30. And then they're actually seeing it face to face or next to each other, side by side. So another thing with in-person sales further away is it's actually not, I mean, ideally you're going to be in the same room as them, but it's not as complicated and it's not as different as one would think. Because what do we do, Anna?
Well, see how Jamie and I are sitting here? And it's almost like we're together.
Almost.
It's almost like we're sitting in the same room. We might even have the same wall color. I don't know.
Yeah.
But totally. But yeah, so when you're gonna do an online reveal, doing it via, right now we're on a program called Zoom, which you can use. It costs $10 a month, or you can use, there's free services. There's Google Hangout, which I love, and then there's Skype, which I hate, but other people love it.
Right.
There are people who love Skype, and Skype tends to be one that people have used, like most regular people have used Skype before to talk to family and friends across the country. So those are two programs you can use. So they can see you. You can share your screen to show your slideshow or to go through your images.
Yep.
And then you can also see kind of like where they are and that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, the one thing I would recommend is that try out these two programs with somebody else. If you have two computers, you can actually try it out like across the room. I've actually done that with my kids. We don't like Skype. We've seen that there sometimes are audio issues or there's video issues. But that doesn't mean it won't work for you. Google Hangout is super easy as well as Skype. And we just see less clunkiness going on with that. And the video, you want the video to be good and sharp because they're looking at their images. And so definitely test this out with a family member before you do it, especially if you haven't used it before, because the last thing you want is to get your client on a call and be like, oh, I'm not really sure how to navigate this, or I'm not sure how to get the link to you. Make a link and make sure that you email that link prior to the in-person sale so that it can start, at the time that you said that it was going to start. So Google Hangout or Skype. And then what I do is I actually still do my slideshow. And I do a screen share. So write this down. You want to do a screen share. Because right now what Anna and I are doing, we're just doing video so that I can see her face, she can see my face. But if I were showing her something like the slideshow, I would be doing something called a screen share. And you can do that in Google Hangout where you're sharing your screen. So you're going to put up the slideshow and you're going to share your screen, and they're going to be able to hear the music and see the video play.
Right. And it's beautiful and it's great and they're going to love it. And it's like the next best thing to doing it in person.
Yep. And so then the next thing that you're going to do is after the video, you're going to go, or at least what I do, is I go through in Lightroom my pictures one by one. So again, I am still screen sharing. So I start off person to person, then I'm screen sharing, and then I end person to person. So that's another reason why you need to know your program that you're using, because you need to know how to navigate between screen sharing and just doing person to person.
Right.
And there's nothing more unprofessional than being like, oh, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. So make sure that you understand it.
Yes. And then the same as with your regular in-person sales, the key is getting that order that night. Yep. So it's tempting when you're far away to send that online gallery, but I will tell you, or even to send, even if you're like, we're going to do an online reveal, here is your slideshow, here is your online gallery, you can look through them and then let me know your order. And you feel like maybe that's sort of like a reveal, but really getting that person on the computer with you makes that huge difference, because you can close that sale that night while they're excited about it. You can also make sure that all the responsible parties are there. So husband and wife are both there when they watch it for the first time. So that way you're actually closing the deal. I will tell you, there was one time that I was tempted into not getting on that computer and sending an online gallery. And I sent the slideshow link and I sent the online gallery, and guess what?
What?
Guess what, Jamie? They still haven't ordered it.
Oh,
and I
all that work.
I know she loved her pictures.
Yeah.
And she emailed me a couple different times about talking with her husband and doing this, and we've come so close. I followed up with her, and every time I follow up, she's like, oh yes, I'll get that to you by the end of this week. And then she hasn't. So
it just shows that when we don't finish the process, we're doing a major disservice to not only ourselves, but to our client, because she loved the pictures, she wants the pictures, but she's getting hung up on something. And if we would have finished it strong, then we could have helped her with whatever she's getting hung up on.
Right. And think about how much work she put into the outfits they chose. If you've ever had family pictures, you know there's a lot of pre-work that goes into it.
Right.
And now she has nothing
to show for it.
Right. Nothing.
You have failed, Anna. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yes.
But that was just one time that think about so many people are putting galleries up and the mindset is that it's doing something for their clients. The fact that they're putting galleries up and they can do it at their own convenience, when in reality, it's not convenient for the client at all, because you need to finish strong, you need to finish out the process, and you need to help your client all the way through. And that's the beauty of the in-person sales.
Absolutely.
So you can still do this even if they're far away.
Right.
Just like Anna and I can be business partners and business besties even though we're so far away.
Opposite sides of the country, y'all. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let us know in the comments below, how are you currently doing in-person sales at a distance? And is it working out for you? Are you going to make any tweaks from what you've learned here? And if you're interested right now, if you go to profitography.com, you can get your free guide to premium pricing. 5 steps to premium pricing. So go ahead and do that. And we'll see you next week.
Like this video, share this video, and have a great day.
Bye.
So, how do you No, you say it.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, seriously, you go.